The audio in this episode is brought to you by the good folks at Voice Technologies who have provided this lav mic for me. I'll leave a link below for them. Thanks, guys. The only thing, guys, is your cord is just way too long for me. Hey guys, Omar here, and first I want to thank everyone who came to the photo walk.
All right, yeah. He's out of work.
Super fun meeting you guys. We went to New York. We got to shoot around a little bit. So Charlie, Alex, Juan, Ben, G, Ronaldo, and Wasif, thank you so much for heading out there and saying hello. If you mostly shoot by yourself, it's great to just hook up with a bunch of other photographers from time to time. You know, meet up with people with the same interests. So if you can do that, it's great. Now, I got a new camera. I was in the market for a new GoPro since I was going to be doing a deliciously muddy run with my friend Mo. But the GoPro, this GoPro Hero is on its last legs. It doesn't really hold a great charge. And plus, it's not 4K ready. And the images I've been getting out of this GoPro were fine a couple of years ago, but now just don't hold up to anything. So I was in the market for another GoPro, and of course, I was looking at the new Hero 6, but once you start looking at prices, like, forget it. So the GoPro sticker shock, $400 maybe for the Hero 6. I could have gotten a Hero 5, but I don't use action cameras enough to justify a purchase. I'd rather put that money towards Fuji gear. So I decided to get a Yi 4K action camera with a waterproof little casing on there. Nice. All right, so the first thing I liked about this cheap little $150 Yicam is the images that I was getting from the camera right away, outdoor images, by the way, were fantastic. If you're outside in bright sun, kind of like we were doing for the Muckfest, or I was walking around my studio just testing a little bit outside, the images are crispy, 4K, wide, and it also has image stabilization. Not in 4K though, you have to bring the resolution down to 2700. But I found that 2700 was enough resolution to get good video on here. The other thing that's cool is you can completely use a screen. And I was missing that on this junky GoPro. I had no idea what I was recording. So that was totally new for me. For 150 bucks, I can actually see what I'm recording. I could frame my shot. And I found for vlogging, it actually does a really good job. If you were gonna just have something in your pocket to vlog, well, let me show you an example. I'm here testing the audio of this little guy and also how wide 4K is. There's no image stabilization on 4K, so I'm holding it on the steering wheel here. We're also going to test the camera's muddiness. Okay, back on the steering wheel. This does have image stabilization, but this is not 4K. This is 27K or so. I don't know what it is, but this is the medium as opposed to the wide. Might be better for vlogging, especially if you get up nice and close like this. I'm about 10 inches away from the lens, testing out its vlogging capabilities. Great to throw in a bag if you don't have anything else. And again, the audio is great in a car because there's not a lot of ambient noise, so trying this out. Man, my beard is getting gray. But as you can see, I mean, the audio is kind of like a can. Something else is it has voice activation. So if it's in the case, you can't really switch from video to photo without going through the touchscreen, but it has voice activation. So you could just say, Yi, begin recording. Yi camera, Yi action camera, begin recording. Yi camera, begin recording. Yi camera. And so let's try that as a little vlog camera. And so you can see the difference, of course, between the Canon 5D Mark IV and the Yi. If there isn't enough light, it's probably grainy. I found that if you have a lot of sun and you're outdoors, like a typical GoPro, if you're skiing or snowboarding, it probably does a really nice job crispy with a lot of light. When I went to the studio, where should I look? I'll stop this. Yi camera, stop recording. Yi action camera, stop recording. Yi camera, take a photo. All right, so I thought that voice activation thing was pretty useful, especially if it's in the case. And the other thing I like is you don't actually have to use the case. If you're not going underwater or under mud, you can completely take it out and have a nice clean lens, a nice light little, vlogging camera that you can have in your pocket. You thought the Fuji X-T20 was small. Look at this thing. All right, guys, so this is the back of the Yi, which is so nice. But what's cool is it's got modes here. So I can go from, first you have to unlock it with this super cool unlocking mechanism. And you just hit the middle there and you can pick video. And the video modes that are very useful are if you don't need stabilization, you just go to the little settings here and you can set this to 4K, 4K 30 frames a second or 24 frames a second, but there is no image stabilization. And wide for the Muckfest, I was running around with wide, but if you wanted to vlog, I recommend this little medium, and that gives a nicer, closer look to things. You see how it's a little bit more normal? You can go to wide and you can see how much of my desk here now that you can see. I'll test the noise levels a little bit better with this limit on. I didn't have that on when I was testing the camera right out of the box because who wants to read instructions? It's got a little mount on the bottom. I found that when trying to open this door, I accidentally always turn the camera on because I'm holding it from this edge. So that was a little weird at first, but I had to realize that I had to hold it up on this end to open it. So as a user, this is what the battery looks like. And if you thought the memory card was hard to get out of the Fuji X-T20, look at this guy. This guy is totally stuck up in there. You gotta be like, yay, I did it. And this is what the battery looks like. What's cool is, unlike the GoPro that I have, the older GoPro, you can buy a couple of batteries and just have them all charged up for your vacation. Just like the GoPro series, it takes micro SD cards. There's a light indicator in the front to let you know you're recording, which is great. You can also see it at the top if you have it in the case, or if you're filming from this way. It also tells you up upper left that it's recording. Now where I saw it struggle is when I was at the studio and I was walking around some low light, and I'll play some of that footage now, but anywhere where there was low light, like my studio, it got really ugly grainy. If you're gonna use this camera, just like the GoPro problem, they were not really good indoors, but outdoors, kids, playing around, vlogging outside, it's perfect. But once you bring it inside, it's a complete mess. If you are shooting indoors, go near a window like I am in this footage here. If you have a lot of natural light coming in, the noise isn't as bad. But as soon as you start to have artificial light, it gets so grainy, it's not really usable if you're making higher quality videos. But in a pinch, it works fine. So the little Yi camera, I totally recommend it if you're not someone who has action camera-itis all the time, if you just use it occasionally. Maybe if you want to vlog with the medium setting, it has a wide setting, but also the medium setting seems pretty nice and kind of almost normal to vlog on if you want to vlog on it. You just have to worry about audio a little bit. You could probably record audio onto a separate device and sync up, but you can get some really good outdoor footage with this. So I recommend it for vlogging if you know what you're doing with audio. Really small package to have in your pocket. All right, guys, I'll leave you with some Muckfest footage from this little guy. Thank you to all of you that donated to Mo and I. We had a really great time, and the camera did a nice job. And this little case, no mud got through, thank goodness. So I'll see you guys next time.